Hi, Sinead. Okay, so here's the final word on this chord shell business, all right? So we've got our bass note on either the sixth or the fifth string, okay? So whatever the chord is, it's first a case of finding the root note on either one of those strings. Now, which string you use, kind of depends on whether you want the chord to be high or low, right? So for example, G, we could do G major like this, where we find the G on the sixth string, so E, F, F sharp, G. And then for a major, just like in that E major shape, which is where these come from on the sixth string anyway, for major, you're skipping down two strings as always, and you're going one fret up. So there's G in one way. Or let's say you wanted to have it a little bit higher than that, it's just a bit kind of sweeter. Then what you do is find your G note on the A string, which is here, 10th fret. And now for a major, we're going up two frets. Okay, so one more recap on that, right? So you've got, if your bass note is on the sixth string, skip down two strings, same fret for minor, there's G minor, one fret up for major. Then when you're on the A string, so let's just do a G on the A, so there's a G note on the A string. Then it's one fret up for minor already, and then two frets up for major. Okay, so for example, the first couple of chords of Fly Me to the Moon, if we do it in the key of E minor, fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let's just stick with those ones, okay? So we're going to start off with an E minor. So first we need our E bass note, right? So the most sensible place to put that would be 7th fret on the A string, right? So that'll give you an E note there. Now we're doing a minor one on the A string. That means one fret up. Fly me to the A minor is next. So now we're going to get our A bass note. We'll get it here on the 6th string, 5th fret. Now minor on this with a bass note on the 6th string. That's same fret. Then we go to D major, so there's your D bass note there on the A string, 5th fret, and that's two frets up for major because we're on the A string. Then finally G. Now remember, keep in mind, you don't always want to be counting up every single time. So we've just come from an A minor here. So okay, so we know that that's an A. And G is just below A, but it does have a sharp, so that'd be G sharp, and there's the G. So it's not, so if you can find some other way of figuring it out rather than counting up every time, you know, that's always better. It's always nice to have a little shortcut. And as well, in terms of major or minor, so this is a major one we're looking for, so for the 6th string, that's one fret up. Okay, so just one more time. 6th string, minor same fret, major one fret up. 5th string, A string, minor is already one fret up, major is two frets up. Okay, so there's just the beginnings of Fly Me to the Moon. And then, you know, we've done the chords for that already, so you could sort of, if you wanted to play it like that, you could, I suppose, make it a bit of a project to kind of figure it all out like that. But you're probably better off starting with maybe a slightly simpler song. But here's just the outline of it anyway. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Something like that. So it's all about just having it nice and small and sweet rather than fly me to the moon. You know, if that sounds a little bit too bombastic, those shell chords are a lovely alternative to it. Okay, so see you get on with that, and we'll keep it a bit simpler next week then. All right, I'll talk to you then.